What's good, boys? Welcome back to another video, man. Thank you guys for tuning into another one. Today we got a little overview slash walk around slash mod list of my car. I was supposed to make this video last week, but I didn't have time. There's just a lot going on. But the reason I'm making this video now is because I've had the car for exactly a year and a week. Well, everything that's done to this car is pretty much on YouTube. But you know, it's gonna give, you know, for anybody that's new or whatever, if this video gets views, you know. So this is a 2018 Honda Accord 1.5 turbo. This is a sport, so it comes with the black chrome grille, these 19-inch wheels, and then black headliner and paddle shifters, and I'm pretty sure the seats are specific to the sport too. I'm not 100% sure. So I got this car about a year ago after my transmission blew in my last car. If you guys want to see what that was, I'll put a picture up right here. It was between this car and a third gen IS250 or IS200T, whichever one I could find. Alright, so the very first thing that I did to this car, it actually wasn't a cosmetic mod. I literally did this like the first week I had the car. It's a shock sensor. So what the shock sensor does, if you guys don't know what it is, basically if somebody hits the car, or if the car, it's a shock sensor. If the car detects like shock or anything like that, the alarm will go off. I did that mainly because I was very concerned with people stealing these wheels, because I don't really hear about it now, but when these cars came out, and like when these cars were the new Accords, now obviously they have the 11th gens, but these wheels were getting stolen a lot, and I didn't want that to happen. So basically what the shock sensor does is, let me just make sure the alarm is, yeah, so basically what the shock sensor does, so if somebody hits the car, of course it wouldn't go off now. So the alarm goes off basically if somebody hits the car, like, you know, whatever, tries to take the wheels. I have noticed too, I don't know if it has like a built-in tilt sensor function too, but I've actually jacked the car up with the shock sensor, or with the car locked, and it has gone off. So obviously it only does it with the car locked. I didn't install it myself. I don't know exactly who did. I'll put his information up on the screen, or if I find it or anything like that. But he's local to like I think he does Miami, Broward, and Palm Beach area. I actually got it installed in Palm Beach, so my bad if the wind is a little too crazy. But the second thing I did to this car, MAF sensor adapter. So it's this piece right here, and then you buy the filter separate. It's considered like a short ram intake. So all it does is just replace the intake pipe right here, and then this is, you know, whatever where the intake would be, just so you can have the mass airflow sensor, and then you put the filter on. A lot of people were saying like I was gonna have issues with it. I've had this for, I think I did this in like May or something like that, May or June of 2023, and we're in March 2024. And the only issue I've had is because this moves around, obviously this isn't really necessarily a real intake, so because this moves around, it does rub right there, and there is a little like spot there on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see it. All this is just a little rub spot and a little bit of plastic dust, but eventually I may, if it rubs deep enough in there, I'm probably gonna have to replace it. I think that was like, in total with everything, we'll say $70. So I'm gonna put up on the screen the price of everything, and then in total what I'm in on this car. The shock sensor, I don't know if I mentioned the price. The shock sensor was, I think with installation, I think it was $250. So we'll put $250 for that, $250 or $70 for the intake filter. So whatever the math is on that, $330 or whatever it is. Third thing I did to this car was I lowered it on TrueHeart coilovers. So I got these coilovers for about $750 with shipping and everything and tax. When I first got them, the passenger side, for the longest time I actually couldn't lower it, so I had to take it to a shop and have them do whatever they need to do to it. And even out of the box, both the front and the rear were like, bro, you couldn't spin them by hand even when they were on the car. So basically what we had to do was take the top head off, take the spring out, and then spin the actual shock off of the lower threaded body. Oh bad, yeah, somebody walked by. So yeah, we basically had to take apart the whole front two coilovers, and even one of the rears. I think the rears are a little bit different because it's you don't really have to take the spring off or anything like that, because the spring and the shock are separate. But anyways, shock, strut, same shit. I don't really care. The rear can go down like another like half an inch before I have to take out the spring perch, or spring, whatever. Yeah. So all in all, the install and the coilovers, I paid about $750 for the coilovers, and I paid $500 for the install. So pretty much after that, I took a little break from modifying the car. And at the beginning of the year, I bought this Akasaka, I don't know how to say it, front lip. So the lip does have a middle piece that goes like right there, but it ripped off on the freeway because I only had self-tappers holding it in, and I guess most people that have those lips, they actually bolt it to the bumper, but I didn't do that because I didn't have time to take off the bumper, and I installed it really quick. But it still looks pretty sick with the side pieces there. Just from the dead-on front, looks kind of weird, but that was about $150. I said this in the video when I got it, and I'll say it again. Get this from eBay. Don't get it from like any other site, like any like big brand site. I'm not gonna say the name of any other site. I got this for $160 with shipping and tax to my door from eBay. Other sites have it for like $225, $250, and it's just not worth it. So, and it came paint matched and everything. So get it from eBay. Save money where you can. I should actually say, before I did the lip, these red Honda badges. So it comes with the front, the steering wheel, and the rear. My dad actually got this for me for a Christmas gift, but I'm pretty sure he got them from XGen Auto. They are about $70, I think, either $60 or $70. So we'll just put another $70 on the bid list. So the fourth thing that I did to the car was actually these rain guards right here. They are supposed to be like OEM style. I've seen the OEM ones, they do look a little bit different. Those are about $80. Everything I'm saying is with tax and shipping and everything. The fifth thing I did to this car, which was fairly recently, was duckbill wing. I got this from eBay as well. I think it was, pretty sure it was either $80 or $90. I don't remember. I'll put the price up on the screen. Pretty sick. I love this wing. Another thing I can't show you guys right now. I have LED reverse light bulbs from Amazon in here. I think those are about $20. Yeah, another thing I forgot to mention, I have 25mm spacers all around on the car. A lot of people will say not to run cheap spacers, and I'm not going to tell you guys to run cheap spacers or not to run cheap spacers, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, I got these from Amazon. I've had them for about a month. I've never had a problem, never stripped a stud on them, never had any durability issues. I take the wheels off of this car like every week because I'm just that indecisive with my ride height. I've taken the spacers off a few times, no issues, no vibrations, no nothing. See, it's pretty flush. So that's the front seats. The rear can use a little bit more of a spacer. I've had the coils on for 6 months. I haven't gotten alignment yet, so I don't know what the front camber is at, but it's not max camber. I'll tell you guys once I do get the alignment. I'll show you guys exactly what it's at. And the spacers were about 100. Is that it? So yeah, the most recent thing I literally just did over the weekend on Saturday, yesterday. So I was able to stretch the stock. I was able to stretch tires on the stock wheels. So right now on the front, it's a 225/40/19. And on the rear, it's a 235/40/19, which is stock size. The reason I did it is, like I said, I'm not maxed out on camber, and I want it to be a little bit lower. If you guys watched the video when I installed the wing, the front was sitting pretty high. And I was able to drop, with going down to a 225, I was able to drop the front about half an inch or so, maybe a little bit more. So it sits pretty low now. And that's dropping it half an inch without taking account for the drop of the tire, the smaller tire. So if you guys are wondering, what does a 225/40 on a stock Accord wheel look like? That's what it looks like. Can't really tell it's stretched, to be honest. Honestly, I feel like these cars should have came with that. I didn't make a video on this, but I actually painted my calipers white. Honestly, they're pretty dirty already, and I did this maybe like not that long ago, and they're already dirty. So I was considering doing red when I painted them white, so I may end up repainting these white in the future. But yeah, like I said, I've had this car for a year. I've loved this car. Now I just did a mild paint correction. Still has like some swirls in it and stuff like that, but I did a mild paint correction on it, and it looks amazing. I love it. And the car also has a ceramic wax over it, so it looks pretty good. And yeah, man, for having this car for a year, I've loved it. I've had zero issues with it. The only thing that I had to get done to this car was when I first got it, the bumper had like the tabs in here were broken. So Honda, or the dealership that I bought it from, replaced the entire front bumper for me, repainted it and everything. So this bumper is new. Unfortunately, when I raised the car to put the spacers on, I didn't realize that the car was still somewhat low. So I went into a driveway, or went into a plaza, and I hit the bumper kind of hard, and I scraped it with the lip on it, and it kind of like popped the bumper down a little bit there. So kind of like fucked it up. But honestly, for having this car for a year, no complaints, man, no issues. I drive this car every day. I put 20,000 miles on. I bought this car with 19,000 miles, as 40,000 now. So 41,000. I just hit 41. So 22,000 miles in a year. Zero complaints, no issues. I love this car. Zero issues. I would buy another one. Nah, I probably wouldn't buy another one, but I'm very glad that I went with this over any other car that I was looking at when I bought it. I gotta stop saying in my videos, bro. Somebody commented on the video. It's like the highlight of this video is and It's like, damn, I couldn't even say anything back because he was right. Very happy with this thing. Very happy with the way it's turning out. This car is sick. Like, I talk so much shit on how my car looks, and I think sometimes I think this is the ugliest Accord on the planet. But now, bro, like, it's not the cleanest, definitely not, but the way it's coming along, it's sick. I love it. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Subscribe if you are new, because I plan on doing a lot more to this car within the next year, like you guys just heard. So, yeah, man, catch you guys in the next one, whenever that may be. I'll see y'all then.